Hello, everybody. Welcome to my podcast. This is episode 4. If you tuned in for episode 1, 2, and 3, I do appreciate it. Thanks for the love. Thanks for everything. I want to thank my subscribers because my numbers are going up, and I want to thank my views because people who viewed it, my numbers are going up. I want to thank my likes. Thank you guys. Thank you ladies. My likes are going up. I supposed to had started this podcast a long time ago. It was every bit of 2 years in the making. Oh, and by the way, I'm really not into sports. I don't know much about it. When it comes to NC State, Duke, the Dirt Dogs, who the fuck else? I don't do sports so much. Even as a kid, I was working and busy, so I really have a lot of time for it, among other things. So for those who's chiming in, who's going to say, Thurmond, where I got the Duke shirt on, I like the shirt. I like the color of the shirt. I like the way it fit on me. It's about the shirt. So if you get ready to ask me about, is Duke my team or NC State my team or who else? I don't know what you're talking about. I just like the shirt. So back off. All right. Now, like I said, I like to thank everybody. And like I said, I suppose I got my podcast off the ground about 2 years ago, maybe a year, maybe a little longer. But I've been so busy. And like today even, I'm shooting my video from my home. I'm not at my barn, my man cave, none of that. I'm home. And I decided to just make time where I can get time. You know, I heard a comment a long time ago. It's from a rapper. And I remember the rapper saying, if you ever do something good, or if you ever want to be successful, or if you even got successful, which I'm not, but if you did, they said one of the first things that you do is you move out of your hometown. Because your hometown is like that old euphemism, that those saying they have where your own hometown is like crabs in a barrel, especially a small town. And if you try to get out, they'll try to pull you back down because everybody's trying to get out. You know, and if you get close to the top, they'll latch onto you and try to step over you to get to the top. I'm assuming that's what it means. So that's what I kind of expect. And then I was doing views. I looked at other people's podcasts to get some idea about what I was doing and what I was working with and what should I do. And they was telling me how hard it was, you know, how, especially those who tried, and they didn't seem to be too successful. I mean, unless you're talking about Joe Rogan or somebody. You know, Joe Rogan, he was already successful, so that don't even really count. So, I mean, who didn't know him? So I got a little discouraged by just looking at those who tried a podcast and failed. But nevertheless, I thought I'd give it a shot. Hell, what I got to lose? And I had a lot of good stuff to talk about that I would think people would want to hear it. And a lot of other people got a lot of good stuff to talk about. And I was thinking people would love to hear it. And a lot of talent, singers, people love to hear it. I know some rappers who are pretty good, and people would love to hear it. But I don't do rap on my podcast so much because I try not to represent violence. Now, I'm not saying that I don't know any good rappers, because I have a son and he's nice. You know, he raps and he's great. But the new generation raps is violent. I don't do that. You know, if you're talking about killing, stabbing, and ass, money, and killing your own people, I don't glorify that, so I will not put that on my podcast. If it's not something that's uprising my people, if it's not nothing positive that my mother could listen to, I'm not gonna play it. It's not gonna be on my podcast. So if you're talking about, you know, bitches and hoes, and shooting your own brothers and sisters, and you know, cutting people off in traffic and robbing them and kicking down doors and AK-47s and shit. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want it on my podcast. Not only do I not want it on my podcast, but I don't even fucking want it nowhere around me in real life. So there you have it. I think I got mad for a minute. Then I got pissed off. Either way, I'll be all right. Either or, this is what this is about. And first of all, I hope everybody's having a lovely day. I hope everybody woke up this morning happy. Through all in all, man, I just hope that life is good for you. And you got the will, so it's gonna go whatever direction you turn it. You know, just know half the stuff you go through, you create. Sometimes you're a victim of circumstance, sometimes things happen that you just can't do nothing about, but the most part you have control. So just know that. And I just want people to learn something. And also, I want to also tell you that, like I said, be careful who you hang around. I mean, and be careful who you think is your friend. And be careful who you think is not your friend. I heard somebody say that put family first. Always family. When nobody else is there, your family's gonna be there. And that is true to certain family members. That doesn't apply to all. Because I have friends that are closer to me than family is. And I got family who's closer to me than friends is. I got family who I truly love and adore. And I would bend over backwards for them and give them the shirt off my back. I also have family who I deplore, who could just please stay away from me. I remember a time where I had to bartend at an event. You know, some people, they'll call me, they'll ask me, Thurmond, could you bartend for us? And I said, well, yeah, I'll bartend for you. And they'll say, well, you know, Thurmond, how much you charge to bartend? And I said, well, you know, hardly nothing, just, you know, give me what it's worth. And of course, if you're going to a formal affair, whether it be a wedding or a birthday party or a get together, you know to dress nice, ought to dress decent. I mean, you ain't got to put no gaiters on or nothing, but I mean, that's not what I do, but be decent, be respectful, you know. So I remember this one particular time where I'm bartending and all these people comes in, and I don't know a lot of them. This one occasion, that is. You know, I don't know a lot of them. And you know, they're paid to get in or whatever, however it may have. And you got to buy your drinks at the bar because, you know, like I said, these are not my drinks. This is not my party. I'm simply the bartender there. But I'm well known on my block, so, you know, everybody knows me from, if not other places, my man cave. And again, that's also a privilege too, you know, so I'm not bragging on that. Like I'm the big fish or something, I'm not. So this guy comes in my place. I mean, these guys come in my place, and the first one leading the pack is my cousin. And there's a couple of them. And so my cousin comes in and he's like, oh, Thurmond, it's bartending. So he's like, yo, Thurmond, I didn't know you was bartender, man. I didn't even know you knew these people.
Your love is what I need.
He said, man, you never, hold on, I'll be right back. He goes outside and he comes back in. And he got a slew of my cousins and my friends. And yeah, of course, it's good to see him. I love these guys. So one of the first things that come out their mouth was, Thurmond, I know I can get a discount. I know I get a drink for free. Yo, Thurmond, I'm your dude, man. I got this amount of money and I'm $1 short, so I know I'm good. And it's amazing how everybody who did not know me said no such thing. Matter of fact, they gave me tips. I had a tip jar on the counter and they was filling it up. That was, thank you, Thurmond, you're doing a great job. Pick up some money. Matter of fact, my tip jar, actually, I made more money in my tip jar than I did the people paying me, actually. And everybody who tipped me was freaking strangers. And if there wasn't a stranger, it was somebody who hardly knew me. But my people come in, my cousins and friends. Not only Do they not want to buy the drapes for full price, but not one left a tip? Now, word of advice to my black people, stop it. If it's your cousin, your sister, your aunt, your uncle, your brother, or maybe even a good friend, support them. Support them. Meaning, if nobody else gives a tip, you're supposed to. If you have a friend or a brother, somebody who made it, then you help them out. You put an extra dollar in the pot for them. You don't take from people that you love, you give. Now, if you find yourself in a circumstance that you need that person, I do understand that. But just because the other person made it doesn't mean that that's your opportunity to take and use that person as a crutch. I fucking hate that. If I got a friend of mine who owns his own auto shop, and his name is Earl. You might know him, so I'm gonna put his name out there, Earl, if you don't mind. His name is Earl Thurmond. Now, me and Earl, we came up together. We ran on the same blocks, me and this guy, and Earl's a good guy. Now, Earl gets out. He gets out at night, he socializes, and he might have a drink or two with the fellas. After a certain length of time, Earl gotta go. He tell you quick, man, I'll see you later, Thurmond. I'm out. Because Earl knows his boundaries. He knows that he got a job to do tomorrow, and he knows that he has to take care of responsibility, so he don't overdo nothing. Earl knows exactly what he's doing and where he want to be. Now, his shop is successful, and Earl has had his shop for a while now. He even bought his family in, his sons. His sons work there, and they do an excellent job. They tint glass. They do everything. And by the way, his name is Earl Thurmond. He has a auto shop. He does tint. He does inspections, among other things that I'm probably not familiar with. But go see him. It's well, it's hard to explain, but that's another episode. But everybody from my block, you know who Earl is. But go support him. But somebody came to me one day and they said, Thurmond, you know where I can get my glass tinted at? Or my car inspected at? And I said, yeah. I said, Earl, he does a great job. He did all my videos. And so they go to Earl. So they come back and I tell him, I said, listen, did you get your glass? Did Earl tint your glass for you? Did he inspect your car for you? And one of the first things they tell me is, oh, Thurmond, man, I can't do that. Earl is too high. I said, Earl is too high. He said, yeah, man, Earl is too high. He said, man, I know Earl too, man. He my dude, man. He gonna try to charge me like he do everybody else. Now, so I'm thinking that, well, because you know Earl, Earl's supposed to short himself for you. So when his light bill is due, or his kids need something, or if his woman needs something, or he needs stuff for his shop, he's supposed to sacrifice that because you want him to, because you need something. I mean, stop it. I mean, I don't even ask Earl how much when he does something for me. I get gratification because that's my buddy, and if Earl made it, I made it. I mean, I'm proud. I'm proud to let somebody know, listen, that's my man Earl. My buddy Ron who cuts hair. If he gets my hair cut and he does a great job, as always, there's no if, when he does. If anything, I give Ron extra. And Ron will look at me and he says, Thurmond, you my dude, man. He said, Thurmond, just give me that. And I'll say, no, Ron. No, I'm gonna give you this. Because you earn it. And you trying to make it. I don't complain about Walmart when a loaf of bread is, well, I do complain actually. But I still pay it. But that's different. Shit done went up and it's ridiculous. That's a different story though. I'm high as eggs. Either way. When you got somebody in your family that's trying to do things, man, support your people, man. You know, give them an extra $1, give them an extra $5, give them an extra 20, whatever you do, whatever you can stand, give it to them. You know, because, you know, it's time now. It's time for us to step up. You know what I'm saying? Things are getting ridiculous, man. All this stuff is getting ridiculous. I'm not even there's certain things I'm really not gonna speak on to stuff because I don't want to get no issues. that where I offend somebody. So I gotta be careful with that, you know. But either way, just family is just not people you born up under. Family could be your best friend. And whether you knew a friend for 20 years or 2 years. I mean, I know people now that I knew for a short time that would do anything in the world for me, versus people I knew all my life who won't do nothing. So just, show some love and keep the party going. But either or. Today is Saturday. Today is Mother's Day. No, fucked up. Today is Saturday. Tomorrow is Mother's Day. And I want to send a shout out to all the mothers. And my mom is probably going to be watching my podcast. So to my mother, if I say a few bad words here and there, please forgive me. I'm trying to do the best I can. No offense to those who feel offensive if I might be down or something like that in the middle of my podcast. Please don't feel offended. And then one more thing. I've had somebody, I have one comment and they said, Thurmond, you might want to sit still, you move your hands too much. And Thurmond, you might want to not say, oh, well, you don't do that too much. And to my sister Sugar, who said I had a wrinkled shirt on my first podcast, to iron that motherfucker. Well, no. All right. But that's strictly out of love. I love my sister Sugar. If she didn't talk shit to you, I think something wrong. So Sugar, next time I want to be sure to wear that same shirt just for you. And one thing about running a podcast or anything else, you want to be authentic. You want to be who you are. You want to be original. You want to be you. People can see through a phone. All right. And for those who don't know me, as far as they know, I could be acting. But for my blog, excuse me. But for my blog who does know me, they know me if I was being funny. They know how I talk. They know what I do. They know me. So I love you guys. And I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm gonna be Thurmond to the dirt. All right, now let's get back to the Mother's Day. Tomorrow is Sunday. Tomorrow is Mother's Day. I want to give a shout out to all the mothers, and all the mothers' mothers. All right. I want to send a shout out to all the fathers who had to step in when there wasn't a mother. So all the father mothers, if that makes sense. Well, let's make it make sense, shit. To all of them, all the grandmothers, all the stepmothers, you know what I'm saying? To anybody who raised a child. But today it's about the mothers, all right? And because you do something I could never do, carry a child for 9 months. If it was up to me, there would be nobody in the world. Because if I was a woman, thank God I'm not, love being a man, no shade, but thank God. Because the thought of me carrying a child for 9 months is horrifying. And I watched my old lady carry our kids, and seeing her go through what she went through is, I don't know. I think I consider a bully over that. I think I really be chopped in the throat several times. That just seemed horrifying to me. So this is to the mothers. Happy Mother's Day. I love you guys. I wouldn't be here without you. A shout out to everybody, all the mothers. You know what I'm saying? Just all the mothers. And if I didn't send a shout out, if I missed somebody, forgive me. I know so many people, so many ladies in my family and out of my family that I could be going on all day. So that's gonna take up most of the podcast, and I just don't have that kind of time. So I just love everybody and keep doing what you're doing. It's working. Now, this clip is gonna be dedicated to the mothers, to the women. And these are women that comes to my man cave. So without further ado, and I'm pretty sure 99.9 of these women got babies. So happy Mother's Day to all my friends. And all my girls that come here, hey, I love you. So take a look and, feel the rhythm, feel the vibe. All right. All right, roll the clip. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had as much fun as I did. Love you girls, family and friends. I will see you on episode 5. And again, don't kill nothing. Don't let nothing die. Don't let them win. And keep doing what you're doing. It's working. I love you guys. Shout out to everybody. See you next round. I'll talk to you later. I'm out.